OpenAI just ended a 7-year exclusive partnership with Microsoft. The next day, they launched it on Amazon. And 4 days before that, China released an AI model that does almost the same thing for the tenth of the price. Two stories that tell you exactly where AI industry is heading this week. Hi there, I'm Rakul. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Let's get straight into it. For 7 whole years, Microsoft had exclusive access on OpenAI's models. On April 27, that has ended. The next day, OpenAI launched on Amazon. On April 27, OpenAI and Microsoft published a joint statement. The language was completely corporate, but the implications were massive. Microsoft no longer has exclusive rights to OpenAI's models. The partnership that actually defended the AI era. Microsoft's biggest bet, the reason Azure become the go-to cloud for AI, that exclusivity is done. OpenAI can now sell its products on any cloud, and they didn't waste a single day. The very next morning, on April 28, GPT 5.5 went live on Amazon Bedrock. AWS customers can now run OpenAI's best model through the exact same API they already use for everything else. So this didn't come out from nowhere. In February, Amazon invested up to $50 billion in OpenAI. The deal includes 2 gigabytes of compute capacity that makes AWS the exclusive third-party cloud distributor for OpenAI's enterprise platform, the Frontier. Now, Microsoft isn't walking away empty-handed. They still own about 27% of OpenAI that keep a non-exclusive license to OpenAI's models through 2032. And here's the clever part. Microsoft no longer has to play OpenAI's revenue share, but OpenAI still has to pay Microsoft through 2030 with a cap. So Microsoft keeps the upside of OpenAI's growth, stops subsidizing it, and lets someone else handle the infrastructure competition. The real winner here is enterprises. For the first time, you can run GPT 5.5 through your existing AWS contracts. Same security, same billing, same compliance. You don't need an Azure subscription anymore. OpenAI's revenue chief said this earlier this month, that Microsoft's partnership had limited our ability to meet enterprises where they are, and that limitation is gone now. The model layer is separating from cloud layer. Models are becoming portable, and the companies that lock them down are learning that exclusively doesn't scale. The West is reshuffling the AI alliances. Models are moving between the clouds. $50 billion deals are getting signed overnight. But while all of that is happening, something much bigger is taking the shape on the other side of the world. DeepSeek's new model just costs like about $3 per million output tokens, but OpenAI just charges $30 for the same. So that's nearly 10 times cheaper. On April 24, DeepSeek released V4, 2 models actually. So V4 Plus at 1.6 trillion parameters, V4 Flash, a lighter 284 billion parameter version, both open source under MIT license. And here's why this matters than any other models released this year. V4 is the first major Chinese frontier model built natively to run on Huawei's AI chips, not NVIDIA, but Huawei. For years and years, US strategy was very clear. So they just wanted to restrict chip exports, cut China off from the hardware it needs to train advanced AI, force Chinese labs to rely on older, weaker processes, which is basically they wanted to slow them down. DeepSeek just showed that strategy has a ceiling. V4 Pro performs within striking distance of GPT 5.5 and Claude Opus 4.7 on most major AI benchmarks. On SWE Bench Verified, it scores about 91%, and on coding competitions, it hits the Grandmaster level. It's not quite at the top of everything, but DeepSeek itself admits it to fall marginally short of the best closed models. But the gap is very, very small, and the price gap is enormous. So V4 Pro actually costs about $3 per million output tokens, but GPT 5.5 costs about $30. So that's nearly a 10x difference. If you want to stay ahead on how AI is actually changing the world, follow me. I share this one every week. See you on the next one.